Hello, everyone. Ian and Leona here. Another day in Los Angeles. The West Coast must be lonely. That's the only explanation that I have. The West Coast must be lonely. They must be missing the conversation. They see me stroll through the fucking streets wearing my fucking leather jacket. I show up in the restaurant. I'm a big McDonald's fan right now. I just am. Number one, they have a rewards program. Number two, they're super close. And three, it's McDonald's. You get tasty food. Is it gourmet? No, it's not gourmet. But it's tasty. And you know what? In this situation that I'm in right now, of America is trying to sell me on property. They are trying to sell me on property. The only problem with property is that it has value until you want to leave. Because when you leave, you may have a lease or you may have a mortgage. Or you may have these weird fucking people who stop me from going on a train by fucking putting their hands up my clothes. So you might not be able to just skedaddle. If you live in that hotel game, that Hotel California, it turns into, oh, those people are fucking bitches that you gotta fucking deal with. Some men are bitches too. I mean, I use that, without gender there. But at the end of your fucking stay, you can leave. They gotta fucking clean up after you, but you can leave. You don't have any posters on the wall. You don't have any knickknacks. You see, that's where Western Europe and all across the fucking globe, people have gone wrong. You see, people were supposed to see buildings as functional buildings, as in, I go to a house, I'm supposed to actually sleep in it. Maybe meditate, maybe read a book, maybe watch some television. But that's what a house is for. People keep misunderstanding. They think a house is what you're supposed to cook in. Wrong. Wrong. You're actually supposed to cook outside. You're supposed to cook outside. You're supposed to have ventilation when you cook. When people cook, they turn on the little fan and it goes. It's blowing all the exhaust away, all the smoke. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. It's taking maybe 70 to 80%, but that 20% that's still there will give you cancer. If not, you're actually just cooking food in the wrong way. Now, granted, I shouldn't be even eating the kind of food I am right now, Mr. Health, not Mr. Health, whatever. But I like a bit of challenge. I like the idea that I eat what I fucking eat because I'm of the mindset that if you cannot recover from poor nutrition, then that is a deficiency in your science, and I will call you on it. So that's where we are. Because I throw a lot to that McDonald's and I say, I can have my fries. I look in the bag, there are no fries. I say fries, not chips, because chips are like this. They're thick. They're thick. The French fries. French fries are julienne cut shoestrings. And there's always the idea that if you wanted more, you just buy more. You buy an extra one. You buy three extra ones if you wanted. I don't mind. But what I do mind is that there was none in the bag. But you fucking threw the seasoning at me. Like, what am I supposed to do? Put that on the air? Look, I paid you for something. Give me what I paid for. But they don't want to do that at all. And so I had to listen to the goddamn West Coast people rehearse a scene of white man in trouble. Because I'm supposed to feel empathy as a brown person who's not even well to do. I'm not. I'm not. Okay, I'm a bit rich, but not like well to do. People call me Lenny Kravitz because I wear, pretty much rockstar vampire attire at all times when I'm not trying to slum it as the lumberjack. I get it. You look at me and it's I can't believe it. How dare you come in every day and just order French fries and walk out? You don't even sit down in a restaurant. It's like it's fucking McDonald's. It's where kids put boogers on the fucking tables. I'm out. I come for your food. I don't come to do any of that. So I miss out on my fucking fries. So this goddamn West Coast can rehearse. God damn it! God damn it! Why is there a shortage of fucking awards? Because these goddamn West Coast people are doing mini soap operas like right before my eyes. Like I paid through the app, so they got their money. This guy who is wearing the fucking I guess he's a veteran too. He has a veteran hat on or camo or I don't know. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and just say he's just an older gentleman who someone should have taken care of him. Someone should have taken care of him. If I wasn't down to my fucking last cent right now, which I spent on McDonald's, I would have been that person who said, you know what? Let me help you. This guy shows up right behind me for dude hit his fucking mark and everything, shuffled around behind me. It was masterful acting because the goddamn timing is so spot on that this guy shows up. I'm in my fucking leather outfit. I don't even got my fucking earrings in. My earrings were off, so my ears were fucking naked and cold. But either way, he shows up. He goes to the register and he says, I want this. And she goes, okay, well, it's this much. And he goes, okay, well, I have like this. And he puts some coins on. And she's like, okay, well, it's like fucking 26 more cents. He's like, okay. And then he has to fucking dig through and dig through and dig through. And you know what? I am upset. I'm upset because you wasted my goddamn time for that. And it's just, bitch, please. Literally, I give to charity every single time. Almost every single time. I have to be honest. Almost every single time I go to your restaurant, when they say, you want to round up for the fucking McDonald's charity here so that, kids that ain't got no parents can, play hopscotch in the fucking street and not get hit. Whatever. If that's what McDonald's decides to fucking do a charity for instead of, I don't know, why don't you just fucking make them employees? There's a thought. There's a thought. I know this existence. McDonald's did a charity for you. Work. Just say, you know what? McDonald's makes how much money? How much money does McDonald's make? Okay. How much would it take to just add on these kids as employees? Child labor laws be fucking dumb. There are kids in a fucking Hollywood who are making millions, billions, and McDonald's can't sell at minimum wage. Why don't we just make them employees? Give them a fucking salary. Why are we even skirting around it with, oh, it's a charity, it's a charity. It's like, no, no, no. Like, just take it out of your fucking profits. Because where is the charity for that guy? Like, okay, I've 2 times. Okay, 3 pennies. Let me look on the floor. Let me look on the floor. Are there any pennies there? And this is what America goes through. And I know you fucking hate the rich people. You hate rich people. Because you see rich people and you say, oh my god, we have. You know what I had to go, what I go through every single hands on fucking genitals for me to get money. Like, honestly, America treats me like a fucking whore and they pay me like a fucking whore. So if you expect me to be don't get smiles, you don't get conversation when that this guy going through his struggle, which by the way is his personal struggle. I mean, I'd like to be in a position to just say, dude, you know, here's $1, here's $5, dude, just order another sandwich. But like I said, I'm on my last sentence here, so couldn't. I might open myself up and say, you know, just be. It just rubs me the wrong way because people hate the rich. People despise the rich. But when they need something, oh my god, thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. When Jelly Roll just decided, fuck it, I got money, I could spend it on the largest burrito that mankind has ever seen. I could do that. I could do that. But you know what? I lost a lot of weight, and I'm reformed. I'm reformed from that lifestyle. So what am I gonna do with all this money? So he decided that he was gonna build his own village. And you know what? I'll just say it. I'll just say it. You ungrateful fucking bastard. You ungrateful fucking bastards. That every day isn't a goddamn parade to Jelly Roll. Yes, I know. It was a kindness. It was a gesture of goodwill toward mankind. But where is your fucking humility? Where is your fucking gratitude, you ungrateful fucking people? Peasants! Peasants! This is what I have to say. You know, they keep saying, you know, you gotta pick a side, you gotta pick a side. You can't be a champion of the people and a rich snob at the same exact time. And I say, I beg to differ. I beg to differ because we're both getting fucked over. We're both getting fucked over because Earl decided to do that out of the kindness of his heart. But is he getting as much of a benefit as he should? Is he number one on the country charts right now? Is he number one on the pop charts right now? I don't know. If he decided to sing about the the fucking mechanic that fixed his truck, I don't fucking care. That song better be platinum within the fucking day. That is the fucking contract you do. Now I understand that people say, if you're a veteran and the government pays you, you're supposed to kiss their ass too. And I say, yeah, I do, in my own fucking way. White trouble, white privilege problems, First Nation problems. Yeah, I get it. I get it. But then I expand upon it and say, why wasn't meal just free? Because McDonald's is so cheeky, so fucking cheeky, because I redeemed my free food in order to get the meal that I enjoyed. But it sent me an automatic message of, oh, did you like that? Did you like that? Did you like that free food? Hmm? Hmm? And I'm like, wow, okay, who got sass today? But if Apple through McDonald's wants to talk to me that way, then fine, whatever. But it does have a point. To take for us to just get to the point where we say, hey, food is free. Even the best restaurant in the world, it's free. And that you have a restaurant because you love designing food, not because you need money in return. And I know that it's just coming out of me, it sounds weird, but it makes sense on a fundamental level. Which is why I know you're pushing this whole real estate thing. Literally parked what I could only consider as a walking advertisement for maybe don't do drugs or something, across from me, and stopping me in the fucking lobby, giving him time to pop out as I go in. It's just like, woo, boogity boogity boo, boogity boo. I'm like, okay, I get it. I get it to a certain degree. Like, I can't keep up this fucking hotel fucking life without, obviously being on tour. But I'm not doing that. I like my me time. I release single when I fucking release a single. I'm my own label. So I don't have like big record executives pressuring me to come up with a concept album or to do press or any kind of bullshit like that. I just make music as my art therapy. If you like it, great. If you dislike it, I barely care because it's just art. I just do it for the art. And I know it would be easier to do in my own house. My own house. Can you imagine that? I wouldn't even go to. I mean, look, I love you, McDonald's. I mean, I'm rough on you because you're my favorite. When do you beat that Idaho to you the main, you may be. Okay, get that. But either way, I I want it, but then I don't really want it because, as I said, people have been bamboozled for fucking centuries with this idea of land, property, and wealth. Because everyone on every side has been misinformed about what it really is. Real wealth is the ability to go from place to place and not have to worry about what a thing costs. Not where you're sleeping at night, not what you're eating. None of it. And some people say, well, I need to secure my property. Other people need to secure their property too. Has it occurred to you that if you need to secure your property and another person needs to secure their property, and it's pretty much the same property, maybe it should just be in the same area? Has it occurred to anybody? Pops and fat screen televisions and people saying I have the house so I can have that there and I can lock the doors, like, for the amount of time that people actually use any of this stuff, wouldn't it make sense to just have it in the same area? I mean, after all, don't we just do everything on the cell phone? If we're just being honest, we're getting to a point technologically that the television is a step down. You heard me right. It's a step down from VR. It's a step down from augmented reality. It's a step down. Nvidia and Google and Apple fucking cloud. So why do we need to fucking house and protect and all that stuff? Why do you need posters on your wall for it to be a use space? Do you really still need a use space? We need to fucking grow out of that idea of you need a personalized space for yourself. It's just a lot of people, they have issues with privacy. I complained very heavily about the trans person and the hunky cute guy, the only cute guy in the fucking area, coming into my bedroom, where my fucking dildo and my sex toy were. Sex party. That's all. But does that mean that I also need to work on my level of privacy? Yeah, I guess I do, because I think of things like being naked and I say, oh my god. Well, if I'm a person who comes into a room, just takes off all my clothes, there's probably other people who do. What if you just took off your clothes in the same? What would happen next? Maybe sometimes there'd be attraction. Maybe it would just be a conversation. Maybe you would just ignore the whole fucking thing. But it really wouldn't matter after a while. You just fucking get used to it. I complain about the West Coast and their whole forcing, me to be like, I'm just so miserable. I need my own place. But why can't you enjoy shared living? with some boundaries. You have personal boundaries, not saying chuck your personal boundaries, but maybe there are things that just make more sense. I mean, I complain about, I wasn't going to exactly sit in the middle of the McDonald's play place and, fucking eat my chicken nuggets. But what if I did? I mean, it's a seated area. There's good lighting, kind of, and it's relatively clean. It's a big open space. More space than fucking eating in a dining room by myself. Or in a hotel room. Shame on me. But that's the kind of miseducation that you get on both rich and poor sides. The idea that you're happier just eating alone. You're happier just staring at your own walls or staring at your phone instead of eating in public. I mean, I keep talking about it, but Amazon is kind of onto something. This idea of when you shop for things, will you be dining here today? You have fire extinguishers, you have hot food, you have security, you have more things that you can pick up. You can shop, eat, and then go back to shopping in. You have options. Like, that's kind of where you want to be. Not to mention, like, the ceilings are very high, so you just get more room. You get more sometimes by collapsing these personal boundaries that we have. And yes, I know I'm so mysterious and unapproachable as the rock star that I am. But it's because I care. I care a lot, and I have such a big heart. I don't want to give it away to a town, because if I did, I would give my heart to a town, and then I would stay. And for me, it's just not in my heart to stay. I'm an indigenous person. My job is to either form a tribe or to protect my tribe and keep going, even if the tribe is just myself and two dogs. This is something that I guess I have to continually meditate on, because 2028 is coming. 2028 is coming, and people, they're gearing up. They're gearing up for who's going to be president, who's going to be king, because we might have a king instead of a president if some things happen. But even so, it's a wake up call. These elections are wake up calls, because it means either the leader you want is going to be in office, or you have a group of people who wanted something. The majority, it just means that you still want it, but it can't be here. It has to be somewhere else. But then you look at the minority, and it's a lot of people. loses. And so the American attitude, I'll talk about America. The American attitude is recycling plant that we want. Instead of so now we'll move it over there. That is how you get things done. You know, today is Earth Day. It's way past Earth Day for my West Coast. That you can think of, and then just beam the energy over to the Earth, convert it to electricity, power the entire globe. At that point, just say electricity is free forever. Yeah, but you know, you need the right president in order to approve stuff like that. It's no, you don't. You don't need the right president. You don't need the right space administrator. You don't need anything. You need to just say, I want it. And then gather the people who want it, like you, and form your own fucking thing. I'm in my mindset in 2028. I'm gonna keep 8 and beyond it, obviously. I'm gonna try and speak to as many people and say, let's try something different over here. I'm gonna have some property and just say, if you want to be involved in this kind of program, I have this kind of program over here. If you want these kind of benefits will be over here. And then just go. America can be anything, anything at any time. We use these 4-year milestones as a way to say, do you want to move? Do you want to be more vocal? Be heard? I've made my choice. It's West Coast over East Coast. And I know that you people want to, in a way, talk to me or have me talk to you, talk back with you, have a conversation. It's just as advanced as you think you are, West Coast, because you really have an extensive network to pull off that kind of acting at the drop of a hat. I mean, literally, I gave you several opportunities to send the guy earlier, send the guy later. I delayed and I delayed and I delayed, and then you fucking did. But like I said, you know, if that's how you choose to, like, where is this guy's Oscar? I mean, like, dude, fucking selling it with like, you know, pushing the pennies, you know, toward this one at the cash register. But it's a deeper issue. It always is a deeper issue. It's not, is one person eating enough? It's country to, because that is the kind of public good we should be focusing on. You want to fucking defend our borders? How about defend your stomach? your right to eat at all times. I know that the United Nations talks about world hunger, poverty. They never say, shit, why don't you just make basic things free so people don't have to struggle anymore? Electricity. There's a nuclear explosion in the sky. I don't know if you know this. There's a lot of. It's pretty windy there. Actually, if you put a turbine or two, bit of wire. Oh look, it's not convenient for a grid that still charges people instead of just saying we're still trying to do energy credits. So I guess we make a lot of energy over here. How much is it worth to you over there? No. A bit more worthwhile than trying to barter over fucking electricity. Come on. So that's where things stand. That's where they are. I mean, I'm still at that point that make some decisions. Make some decisions. Because I've spent a long time in this town, a very long time in this town, and one would almost say, well, I mean, if you haven't ended up in the hospital, I mean, you might as well just get an apartment here or get a house here. No, no, thank you. I don't mind boredom. I don't agree with stagnation. Because stagnation might mean that you make just enough, you eat just enough, but then I look at the situation of this poor guy who's at McDonald's, which has so many fucking value menus, that and as many coupons as they fucking shove in your newspaper. How is it that this poor fucking guy has to go, alright, $2 here, how much more do I owe you? And then she has to fucking say it again. Like, it changes the fact that the man is this is why I always talk about the idea of recycling food or giving more food out than you sell. Because half of that food that they're just having thawed and they're reheating, and isn't that the case? You go to the fucking McDonald's. It's not like they go to the fucking back and say, I need a full chicken patty, and then it takes 20 to 30 minutes for it to be ready. It's like, no, the chicken patty had been already cooked, but then it's in a tray somewhere, just cooking and cooking and dehydrating and cooking and cooking and cooking and cooking. And by the end of the day, it's unrecognizable. It's not even fit to fucking eat at that point. It's cooked. Yeah, but I mean, what if you just gave that to someone? Oh, what about bottom line? It's it's almost a fucking write-off, because you were gonna fucking at the end of the day just chuck it or say to your fucking employees, "Here you go." So why not just give it to that poor man? Or why isn't his county, his town providing him enough? You see, this is the white privilege, the First Nation problem. The guy could have been any color, but the guy was obviously white. Okay, but yeah, this is the problem that poor people, they're miseducated too, because they forget sometimes you're fucking poor. Okay, you should have pride in yourself. You should. But if you're hungry, could you just feed yourself? There, there are fucking food stamps. There are subsidies. There are food banks. The man could have walked up to the McDonald's with his EBT card. Because if you're so fucking poor that you couldn't afford McDonald's, you're poor. Okay? Okay. It's alright. It's alright. There's no fucking shame. There's no buzzer that they press that everybody points at you and laughs. Like, the woman was like super fucking patient as the man fucking counted out his pennies. But at the same time, supposed to be state program. There are so many politicians that say we got to do away with it, and then there are politicians that say no, we need it. But they're both right. They're right that you should do away with it, but they're wrong to think that you don't need it. That you don't need it at all. The sad thing is that these politicians never say the poor need you. No. They always say the poor, might need your taxes, they might need your donations, but no, they never say the poor need you. Because I don't know this man's situation. I'm talking a lot of shit about this poor man who was hungry. What if he has a house that needs the roof repaired, or he needs a new water heater or something, and that's where his money went? He might have a fucking well-paying job. But what if an emergency happens? What if he has a baby? And he has to pay for fucking diapers over food? And I hope he gets baby formula. Because he gave that baby formula. But either way, If you cannot say that to your county, to your local representative of, you know what, I'm in a bit of a bind. Yeah, I know I'm supposed to have planned everything and everything was supposed to be perfect, but it isn't. Life isn't perfect. But when life isn't perfect, you're supposed to be able to turn to local government, turn to federal government, turn to your neighbors, turn to your community. I wouldn't have been able to help him if he came to me at that particular juncture in time and space. But why are people in America struggling alone? Why is it such a me first attitude? I say this with my sunglasses and my fucking fishnet. I am a bit of a rock star and I'm rich and all that. But it just puzzles me that all the things that we go through in life and how much nicer the world would be, how much more open it would be if we just had the attitude that my struggle is your struggle is my struggle, your struggle is my struggle. I complain about poor fucking guy across the way, but man has fucking been through the fucking ringer. You know the man a lightsaber to his abdomen quite a few times. I can say that because I don't know how that man could survive that many whatever. But that's why, as crazy as that man seems, I said, let me just treat him like a human being. Let him babble to my fucking face because, like, maybe that's what he needed. Maybe he just needed someone to just see that he exists. And I was like, fine, I guess I'll do that. Guess. Struggle is my struggle. My struggle is your struggle. People go to bars, they have a beer, sit next to another person, they have a beer too. You talk. You talk. You commiserate. You're miserable together. You never have that attitude when it comes to anything else. You might drink together, but it takes such an extraordinary circumstance to say, put your fucking pennies away. Just eat, eat some food. I mean, I ate the whole meal by myself. I could have just given him half, I guess. I don't know. It's a situation that I say I have to walk the talk. I preach a lot about this idea of shared humanity, and then I shut down as many people as possible. I'm shutting people out. I have a whole album shutting people out, but it's because they're, they're just unwilling to change. I'm not trying to elevate myself to champagne and caviar, but the idea that you go to restaurants and you pay to eat alone while other people have to count pennies. It just rubs me the wrong way. So I talk about it on my channel, on my podcast, because the idea of communal meals and food pantries make more sense. They're more appealing now. Because I look at that situation and say, there's so many ways that could have gone differently. So many ways. The stress is staggering. America is first in a lot of things, but they're first in an anxiety that we compound with every selfish decision that we make, because we don't have a clear concept of village. People live in a small town, and in some case they come together. In other cases, it's but we don't mind that you're poor. We understand the idea of poverty, but we're not looking to change it. What? You understand poverty, but you're not willing to change? Who are you? I don't know. If I want to further this conversation, I actually have to go to town halls and speak to people. But like I said, I can't put down roots here. I can't, because there's just, like I said about that recycling plant, there's no space for what I want to do. And it may not be what these people want to do. So if I go to a space where they say, you could do that there, I have to do that. Even if that means that there might not be a lot of people who could benefit from it right away, but it'll be somewhere. All the good ideas that I had, everything, it'll be somewhere. And if people still need it, it'll be there. I cannot invest in this current town. It's easy to fucking give you a fucking year and say, here's a year. I might not have as many PTSD freakouts. I might enjoy the idea of being a chef again. But I have loftier goals than my own happiness, it would seem. Politicians want to make promises and control people. I'm just trying to give people options. One more food bank, one more communal meal, one more chance to meet someone and say, I'm struggling, are you struggling? And then maybe you don't struggle alone. them to say, "Are you on my team?" Because the other team is terrible. I don't like that. So I gotta pack up my stuff, hitch up my wagon, and head to a place where I can make a difference. My name is Ian Ilion. I'm an environmentalist. I'm a human rights activist. I'm a mute. I'm a werewolf. Oh. I'm a veteran with PTSD from military sexual trauma. I'm not getting any better. This was a tough one, West Coast Playhouse. I'm non affiliated to a major studio actors, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves. This was a tough one, because I have a big heart and it's full of compassion for people. But sometimes you just have to follow your gut, and my gut is telling me this town, this state, intrinsically wants to be encased in amber, carbonite, or whatever. You just want to freeze time and enjoy the same miserable moment every fucking day. For that poor man, his life is always going to be that. His life is always going to be pushing the pennies across the counter one by one instead of talking to his fellow men, fellow women, in whatever case. If you're that destitute, fucking start talking to everybody and come to a consensus of, I am struggling to pay for this. I'm poor. We don't have to live that way. That's that man's journey, not mine. I can't walk it for him. But I can make it available at some other place and sometime in the future where people can make partnerships, groups, and realize that there is power in that. With all the division that we have because of the news, because of just old wounds that we have. But there is so much power in unifying for common goals. And the things you disagree on, you just disagree on. But agree on some things, even like money, mean more when you pool your resources, when you share and you help each other, because you can reach even higher. You can purchase things and get true benefit of it. I keep mentioning Nvidia because they have a very interesting business model, which is cloud gaming. This idea that if everyone contributes $10, $20, guess what? There'll be people who want to use it for free. And they can. It has done several strange things with their pricing model. They haven't removed the free option. And for the people who use the free option, they're actually getting a pretty good deal. But yet, still, the vast majority of us, myself included, said, no, I still need that graphics card. I need a personal graphics card. It's for what? And I know this is like a really long non sequitur, but maybe there is a way to fucking crowdsource meals. You go to a fucking pizzeria, they give you 8 slices. Maybe that's something to. You may not get a full pie, but a slice? A slice is kind of nice. And what if that slice was something that could be guaranteed? Something to think about. I hope to see you on the next podcast.